And so, yeah, once they'd finally gotten all of the pigeons out of the fat suit, that was when I was informed that I wasn't welcome back at that particular Planet Fitness any longer. So, pounds are coming back, but I'm confident I'll be able to fight them off.
Why did you have pigeons in the... Why are we wearing a... Never mind.
Well,
Fuck it.
if I'd have worn an ordinary coat, I wouldn't have been able to fit nearly as many pigeons, now would I?
I'm kind of retarded.
Ooh, okay. So...
Hi, sisters.
Hey, sisters. Hello. It's windy, so my fucking stupid security system keeps going off like, there's motion out front. I'm like, bitch, that's the trees.
We ain't had a problem with that since the last hurricane.
I know. It's fucking stupid. What the fuck? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to MidWeek, Saints. Jesus Christ, man. Everything's all bananas today. Everything is the upside down.
Everything is the upside down. Mm-hmm. That's why you look like a gigantic spider creature to me. Or that could be the acid I dropped before we started the show.
Oh.
I was lacking inspiration, and while I was peaking on mushrooms, I decided, I'm going to watch some James Charles videos. I will never be the same.
Yeah. So I had an adventure. I told this on my Twitch stream, my morning stream. But part of what I want to do soon is I want to do another song of Salt and Poo, but the intro I need to dress like Jon Snow. So I ordered two things from Amazon. I got the IKEA furry rug sort of thing, but I didn't get it from IKEA. I ordered something similar for the top of the...
It's not even a cloak, it's just a rug.
Yeah, it's just a rug on top of a cloak, right? I was going to get the cloak and get the rug, cut the hole, and put it over it.
Poncho?
But I wanted to go a little cheaper, so I got off-brand. So I bought it, and it shows up, and it's got sparkles through it.
That sounds perfect. Jon Snow, commander of the Night's Watch, I officially give to you your black poncho.
With sparkles.
The sparkles represent your dedication to the wall.
Now our watch begins, and it's fabulous! So, and the second one was I ordered a long tooth, whatever.
Claw?
I think it's long claw is a sword,
yeah.
Right? So yeah. I ordered a replica of long claw, finding a really cheap one. Well, the post office said that it delivered it on Saturday, but it never showed up. And then my neighbors...
You're going to see some tweakers chasing each other around with a giant sword.
Yeah. So one of my neighbors, apparently it was delivered over there. She brought it over this morning. And so here it is, right? So I'm like, oh, cool. All right, I got it. This is suspiciously light. Oh, that's because it's foam.
Yeah.
It's...
Well, here's the funny thing. You hold it up on camera, right? Hold it up on camera again. It doesn't look like foam on camera, and the thing is, yeah, well, one of the strangest experiences on a movie set, it was completely normal, but it was just, of course, was when I did background on Spike Lee's Old Boy, and I was there on the day that they shot that giant 40-man fight with a hammer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is to watch, they had a big bucket of weapons, right? Of weapons. They were all foam rubber weapons, but they looked so real. They looked like baseball bats and heavy wrenches. And I watched this parade of young, well-dressed Asian men just kind of walk in like, okay, and you can tell they're going over what they're going to do, and they just casually just pull these bats out. And at a distance, I'm like, damn, that's a lot of baseball bats. And they had a couple left over. I picked one up. I'm like, it's all floppy. Huh. Yeah. So you got an authentic prop there.
Yeah, it'll work fine for what I'm trying to do, but now I'm gonna have to buy another rug.
Why?
I am not shooting. Not with the no.
Dude, you should go a step beyond that. You should bedazzle it.
No, because the thing is like
fucking rhinestones all over the shoulders.
No, I want it to actually look good. I want it to look really good for the minute and a half, 2 minutes that's gonna go into this work.
A song of ice cold and flaming.
Hey. So let's catch up real fast. Jables Boogly, resubscribed 9 months in a row. All the babies finally here. Indeed it is. What are we going to name it, Jables? Anime-Mun, 13 months. Giggity Giggity, 13 months and getting kinky. Anime-Mun says, last week I made fun of anime. This time let's mock something else dear to my heart, Toku Weebs. And yes, you are going to love this, Jeff. Who knows? Might even try to rabbit the full series. Unironically, of course. I will get that primed, but we'll get to videos in a little bit. I'm not too terribly in a rush.
Yeah, we should honestly make. We should start to make.
All right.
We should really consider making a whole segment of this catching up stuff.
Yeah, Ward of Demons. Wait, sparkly Jon Snow coat. Is that some kind of fucked up crossover with Game of Thrones and Twilight? Ugh. Ooh. Wait a minute. That could work. That could work.
Yeah, it could.
Yami No Tenshi, I see you survived mine and Squidly's woman voodoo. Ready for round 2 next time you stream? Mwahahaha. You know what? Let's just cut to the chase here, Yami. You and your counterpart keep trying to use your voodoo woman vagu vagina powers on me. Why wait until stream? Why don't you just Skype me later tonight?
No idea. No clue.
It's
all right. I didn't ask for one, did I?
It's okay. Don't worry.
I think it's probably best that I remain in the dark.
That's probably yeah. No, probably for the best. What was I doing here? Okay, yeah. No, that's good. All right, got that. So how's your week been ultimately though?
Moderately productive. There was that one thing that I told you about that happened. So that's I'm not going into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we got some videos cracked out. I'm within 3,000 words of finishing the book. Yes. Also, I've developed a powerful desire to start making my own hooch. Which, if plans come off, guys, next week, either the Wednesday or probably the Friday show, depending on whether or not we get it done, I might actually be doing this show enjoying homemade prison wine.
Yes.
That's right. Welch's grape juice with cheap yeast and sugar added, and it's stuck in a dark corner for 10 to 15 days.
It does work, technically.
It does. I mean, it's the reason we know what it is, so that's been a thing. And then I realized over the course of the week, like, I'm trying to make my own bread, my own cheese, and my own wine. And I'm a proper Epicurean. You rotten classist bastards. You just don't appreciate artisan homemade anything. I know what you were thinking. You're not getting this over. It's Epicurean, not hipster douchebag. If I wanted that, I'd move to Cambridge.
That's right.
But I can't afford to. So I'm going to make toilet wine.
You know where you could do both? Eugene.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you can make toilet wine wherever there's a toilet and yeast.
We don't make toilet wine in Eugene. We have stills.
Yeah, it's like stills. We build them from copper that we steal from construction sites.
Well, out of a keg and a mixing bowl, some copper piping. Yes, true. We don't ask where we got it from. We our ferment barrels are usually pickle barrels. Like whatever. You use what you can. But I will say, some garage made liquor can be pretty good if they know what they're doing. Not bad.
If we make this a thing that we do on the show, right? We could out poisoning the well. Being like, oh yeah, you guys got your favorite moonshine there? I got my favorite moonshine. That's right, I made it in the less moldy corner of my garage.
Well, I would totally do a still in this garage, except
it would explode.
No. I'm not worried about it exploding. Except that, like, 1, I rent. 2, I'm pretty sure the smell would get out onto the street. And 3, I don't want to have to smell it while I'm trying to work. But once I own property, man, fuck yeah, I'm gonna moonshine that shit up. Are you kidding me?
It's funny because, like, I mean, I remember when I toured a whiskey distillery, I liked the smell, and it's a funny thing too because I've heard people bitch about the scent of like home brewing.
Mm-hmm.
I love the scent of beer brewing. I think
It's
it's
not
maybe
a
it's because
scent; it's a stank.
it's an aroma. But
Sure.
yeah, no, it just reminds me of my childhood. Don't ask any more questions.
I suppose so.
No, I remember when like my dad used to brew when I was a kid. Like I hated the stench for the longest time, and then it just kind of I don't know. I think it just infused its way into my brain. Is this is like the last portion of your life you'll be happy. Hold on to that. And yeah, and now I'm all technically grown up, and I'm just like, well, I could focus on buying health insurance, but I'd much rather make alcohol in my kitchen.
So Addie is saying that she dropped a message in her resub before the show started, but your resub never showed up in the Streamlabs.
I'll be honest with you.
So what I am saying, Addie, is instead you should utilize your ability to DM me, and you should just DM me now. Just DM me what you're gonna say, and we'll shout it out. Ward
Oh
off
yes,
demons.
making mead is in my future, crispy gin, because I actually
Yes.
I've been watching tutorials and reading up on the process, and I think for my first experiment, I'll probably try and make a tart cherry or black currant mead.
That sounds really good.
Mm. And it'd be
Really,
great
really
too.
good.
I'll get the bottles, and then I can send them out as patron rewards to all three people who would ask for the rewards. If everyone else, no, I don't want to drink that shit. Just make more videos, please.
Let's see. So, Word of Demon says, "Still Jeff. Sorry, not sorry if you're recording earlier. Yeah, it's. I had people trying to fuck up my ability to record a video this morning.
Ooh,
It was fun.
neighbors?
No, people watching on the Twitch stream, like fucking throwing bits at me to try and fuck me up, like to fuck up the recording.
Oh, that's why you don't record on the stream. You just edit.
No, dude, fuck, man, shit. I made like $20. You kidding me? That was fucking worth it. It made a 12-minute video take 50 minutes to record. So that was
I
pretty
get the
fun.
same thing. I get the same thing with my neighbors, except they don't give me any money because they don't have any.
Oh well, that's true.
Hmm.
Anime-Mun says, "Ooh, there's a store where I live called the Epicurean, where a lot of pagans in the area get their wares. You come down towards Knoxville, and I'll show you, Nick, and then we can do some fucking witchcraft while we brew some fucking mead."
I liked Tennessee, except for all the Jesus stuff. I always loved when I was driving. Maybe he can tell me the long highway, the long interstate, which goes the length of Tennessee through pretty much the middle that takes forever to get down. I loved it because you'd be driving down this highway and these big ass trucks would just be blasting by you at like 90 miles an hour or whatever. I'm there in my little Jetta 5 speed with no cruise control. And every so often, I'd see these kind of difficult to read signs tacked along the property line on the outside of the highway saying "Jesus loves you," Jesus awaits you, and I'm like, are you trying to like get a preemptive meeting here? Because fucking stop it with these signs. I need to shift and not get hit by trucks. Thank you. So yeah, I love Tennessee. They believe everyone can get into heaven so long as you get in a wreck on the interstate.
That's nice. I
Yeah.
mean, could work. Um, glad I finally looked into E-Double. Yeah, I'm really happy I found E-Double. It's funny too. Have you gotten into the artist E-Double?
Never heard.
He's really, really, really good. He died because of like an untreated infection in his hand.
I'm kind of retarded.
And it ended up like going into his heart. He died really young, but the dude made incredible freestyle hip hop and just incredible stuff.
You have to link me afterwards.
Yeah, no, I will absolutely. Is this really your resub message, Addy? Are you trying to fuck with me? Is this really like for real your resub message?
It's been sent, therefore it must be read.
Well, she sent it to me through Discord. I'm wondering if you were serious. This is what you want me to read. This is what you typed out.
Here we go. The show begins.
My name's AntiWarSki, and I hate forgetting to take out the trash on time, and the trash man won't be back until next Tuesday, and now my apartment will smell for a week. Remember, kids, get your trash to the curb on time. This message brought to you by AntiWarSki's seething hatred for non-whites. Probably not worth the fuss, but whatever. Oh.
I was expecting something considerably more addy from that, to be honest with you.
I mean, that's pretty spicy.
I predict AntiWarSki will try to take his garbage out on a Wednesday, and it will just sit there, and then raccoons will get into his garbage, and he will make one of them his new co-host until he gets AIDS from it. There?
I am telling you, not HIV, but 7-year, he will have the full-blown AIDS.
Raccoon heads, the heads you can only get from raccoons, which do not be mistaken for those Florida tramps he's been spending time with. The circles around their eyes have more to do with regret than biology.
I still I have to say it. As much as I think his ideas are fucking wrong, and he's wrong, and he's a shithead for some of the stuff that he says, I can't help but be fucking charmed by that man. I really can't help but be charmed by him.
Well, you have fun with that then.
He's charming. It's hilarious. Holy fuck.
Maybe I've just known too many French Canadians to actually be able to say that in any capacity.
That's probably why. I don't really know a whole lot of French
Canadians. The Acadians think that all because they don't freeze to death over the winter, that they are better than New Hampshire people. This may be true, but it's not something you need to throw in my face. Huh? What's that face about?
Oh my God, Addy. Holy
No.
See, because I said I can't help it, I find him charming.
No, I see. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well played, Addy.
I don't even know if I want to say that.
I wouldn't, because this does have to go up on YouTube.
I don't.
But it was a good one. All right. Well, that's.
Hang on. You know what? Like,
he's got to respond.
I need to figure out. Oh my God. Hang on.
Everybody hang on.
How am I supposed to fucking do... Oh, okay, here we go. All right. Why isn't this working? You cocksucker. Oh my God. Whatever, dude.
Yeah. Everybody saw it. And if you're catching this restream on YouTube, you missed it. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and you're never going to get to see it now.
Yeah, because you weren't on Twitch during the midweek, which you ought to be, because it's fucking Wednesday. Honestly, what else do you have to do?
Yeah,
what, eat dinner with your families? Don't make me laugh. No one does that anymore.
Jesus Christ. Oh, hey, there we go. Yep.
Oh, well, okay, fine. I guess then you do get to enjoy it.
Yeah. That one. Moving on.
Little on the nose, don't you think? Little on the nose, Addy.
Little bit on the nose. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Good fucking God.
That's called French in disguise by a 16-year-old. What? Never mind. I don't need to know what that means, Connor. So, shall we get into the meat and gristle of this week's midweek episode?
Sure. First we gotta watch Anime-Mun's clip here.
Okay, then.
Yeah, let me make sure. I think this is still good. Is this? Sure. Fuck it. Whatever. Okay.
2012 was one of the best years for Toku. No, not Go Busters or Go Kaiger. Are you kidding me? Forza and Wizard? Ultraman? That's still on? Come on, I'm talking about none other than...
So, is it like, okay, Toku, I'm assuming is basically like Power Rangers.
I thought that was the dude.
Midakage, a main character that in itself makes fun of every person probably watching this video. You know, the ones who are obsessed with collecting and buying overpriced toys and deluding themselves to ideas of henching. If that doesn't sound like you, well, there are a handful of other characters that may be more you. We have the casual fan, the cosplayer, the actor who worked on one of these shows and is embarrassed by this community, the confused father wondering where he went wrong, and, well, you get it. Together, they will transform their delusions and face off against an array of the most perverted monsters Toei said no to. Finally, we get a...
How's that perverted? He describes a
It's-
movie.
Ask Sony.
a more significant gender ratio for a team that would make Koyuger hang its head in shame. For the first time ever, we have a show not afraid to show its limited budget restraints. I mean, they really don't hide it. Alright, it's going to be much harder to critique the show because even it doesn't take itself seriously. Anything I might say, we can just chalk it up to bad writing, which is actually a main antagonist point in this series. Prepare to never be able to look at Sentai the same way again, as Akage points out every shortcoming and reused location that will have you shouting,
I don't like this stuff. Why do you guys keep sending stuff like this? Stop it.
I don't know. I mean, I like the idea behind it. It seems to be, a self-aware parody, and who doesn't love self-aware parodies? I mean, not another teen movie, you know? Come on. Right. I know you've got the DVD box set, Jeff.
I have become the old man who doesn't understand.
Yep. Yeah.
That is me now. That is me.
I'm glad you caught up to everyone else who's here. You know, it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. I mean, Christ, you're trying to put videos out about science. What kind of gay shit is that? It's some old ass boomer stuff right there, dude.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All right,
Why don't you just reel in your boomer a little
right.
bit there
All right.
and just deflect onto
All
what
right.
God wants.
All right.
All right. Still though, I'm tempted. Anime-Mun, send me a message with that. I'd be willing to check that out because it looks like it could be funny. Could be terrible.
For our first news article, we've got a weird distortion
follow-up.
on my screen. That's weird.
Yeah, it's a fun follow-up to a story we kind of covered on Friday. So if you remember on Friday, there was a bunch of attention being spread to this border militia who were holding migrants, civilian people, families at gunpoint while pretending to be law enforcement. That's something law enforcement just really loves. But yeah, now we found out that they're even more fucked up than we thought. The suspected leader of a New Mexico militia group allegedly boasted for plans to assassinate former President Barack Obama, the FBI has said. Larry Mitchell Hopkins, 69, and his group, United Constitutional Patriots. I mean, it's like these guys are, handed a book of cliches, and they're like, pick one, boy. Make sure it's original, but not too original. But they also plotted again to target Hillary Clinton, George Soros, according to a tip received by the FBI. It's unclear when he allegedly made these comments, which were included in court papers released this week. His lawyers denied the allegations. Mr. Hopkins appeared in Las Cruces, New Mexico, in court on Monday, charged with being a convicted criminal in possession of a firearm and ammunition. The damn libtards and their gun controls trying to keep innocent, honest criminals from having guns. He was arrested on Saturday. Well, when you find out what he'd been arrested for previously, it's fucking beautiful. He was arrested on Saturday, just days after the group hit headlines for detaining migrants in the desert near the Mexico border. Small volunteer group argues it's helping U.S. Border Patrol to deal with the surge of migrants and crossing America's southern border. But their actions, caught on camera, earned widespread condemnation from civil rights groups and local officials. The FBI were apparently first made aware of the group in 2017. According to an affidavit received by the FBI in 2017, this group, based out of Mr. Hopkins' residence, had about 20 members armed with AK-47 rifles, among other firearms. We'll scroll down a bit because, well, first off, let's take a look at this absolute... Look at that man.
Oh, that's a stunner. What a stunner.
Look at that man. He's like, well, I'm just glad they didn't check the basement of my home. Otherwise, all those Filipinos might be running around the streets now rather than chained to my support beams.
My cousin can't accuse me of rape because she's dead.
Yeah. Mr. Hopkins now faces up to 10 years in prison, probation, and $250,000 in fines, according to Las Cruces Sun News. Under U.S. law, convicted felons are generally prohibited from possessing firearms, and the FBI states Mr. Hopkins has, quote, at least one prior felony conviction. In 1996, Mr. Hopkins pleaded guilty to possessing a loaded firearm. In 2006, he was convicted of possessing a weapon and impersonating a police officer in Oregon.
Oh, no.
A detention hearing has been scheduled for next week. Mr. Hopkins will remain in custody until then. I wonder if his opinions about putting people in cages will stay the same.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, this charmer. Look, I got a lot to say about this because, the thing is, yeah, a lot of this happens in places like Texas and New Mexico, Arizona, things like that. But it happens in my state, too. They had the nature wildlife refuge office that those fucking wingnuts last year locked themselves up in. Yeah, that was in Eastern Oregon. Like, I drove past it. I drove past it last year. Yeah, I drove past it last year on my way up to like this crazy festival in the desert, and it's just out in the middle of fucking nowhere. But these lone gunmen are not really lone anymore. They're organized into these fucking weird, bizarre paramilitary groups, and they're usually old men who were dissatisfied and weird and probably completely unfuckable for most of their lives. These angsty, pissed off fucking jackasses, and I get so tired of people not giving a shit about how legitimately insane and dangerous these people can fucking be. Like, I'm sorry, I get it. Antifa is spooky. It's a bunch of young kids running around in fucking bandanas, and I think they're assholes and idiots too. But you know what Antifa has yet to do? Storm a fucking government building and hold themselves up in it. Or say they're going to put people in fucking cages.
Yeah, here's a fun little paragraph I skipped in there, though. But according to the FBI, according to an affidavit by Special Agent David Gabriel, the FBI received information in 2017 that the Patriots, based out of the Hopkins residence, had about 20 members, blah, blah, blah. And this is a quote from Special Agent David Gabriel, and we all know that, like, we can't trust those law enforcement types because we'll get the real truth from our preferred YouTube blogs. But, quote, Hopkins also allegedly made the statement that the United States constitutional patriots were training to assassinate George Soros, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama because of these individuals' support for Antifa.
Yeah.
It's this is, I mean, the problem isn't the danger isn't when reasonable or reasonably intelligent people listen to backwards crackpots spouting conspiracy theory bullshit and raking in thousands, if not millions of dollars doing it. The danger is when stupid people whose family trees probably intersect at various locations along their winding paths, making an unusually straight line in many cases. It's people like this who buy into this kind of imbecilic shit and then decide that they need to form private militias to detain unarmed civilians at gunpoint in the desert when they're not pretending to be cops.
Can I just say, like, if we took any other demographic, like, I don't know, late 20s Mexicans or maybe early 30s Middle Eastern Americans, and they gathered in a group of 20 and hung out with their AK-47s, wouldn't go well, would it?
A lot of scared people, but these guys, they dress up like, overweight special forces operators with the shit that they got on tactical shops, and then they go out LARPing like they're actually law enforcement, like they're actually defending the country.
You know why this actually makes me the most mad? It's not even because of this stupid shit. Like, whatever, that's how you want to waste your time, fine. It's not even like the whole there is more right-wing terror than there is anything else in our country, which is true. That's not even the thing that bothers me. The thing that bothers me is this jackass doing this stupid shit, and people like him doing this stupid shit makes it hard for legal fucking gun owners like me, because I'm going to have to deal with people being scared of this fucking dick, and then they're going to be like, well, we're going to change the gun laws that affect me when I'm a law-abiding citizen, never committed a fucking crime in my life. It's annoying. It's stupid. Like, this behavior fucks everybody up. It needs to stop.
Well, I'd say the sadder thing, too, is that when it comes to those who want to make the argument for gun rights, and I think I said this on Friday. People who, the sides in the gun debate, like every other debate we have these days, the sides are pretty much dominated by the most extreme simpleton dipshits you can imagine.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, well, like the gun rights folks, they don't even like they'll occasionally mention dipshits like this and his little like club.
Sure.
But more often than not, they're harping on the mass shooter, and we need to get rid of this and that little thing for your AR, as though that's going to reduce the murder rate. And you almost never hear them actually talk about street crime, which makes up a majority of it. Pistols do most of the killing. And then, and then on the other side, you get guys probably a bit like this. And if you're, a hardcore Second Amendment fan, I'm not comparing you to this guy, but rather than citing things like case precedent or basically logistical functional utility of the notion of bans or roundups. Rather than that, they're just like, well, Thomas Jefferson said I can have this AK. It's like, that's not a really good argument. The man shat in a bucket. You can come up with better. Come on.
The man shat in a bucket. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't even necessarily think it's really the like, I might as well assassinate, blah 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 blah. But it's also the behavior of them like trying to detain people and be a paramilitary organization. It's annoying, and I hate it, and I think ultimately it hurts everybody else.
Wait until the zombies rise or the bombs fall, and then this like Fallout 4 fantasy that can come true then. So just dump your militias, become an accelerationist today.
Oh, calm down.
But you can live your fucking fantasies, because come on, let's be honest. All of these radical nut jobs who stock up on these weapons for anything other than the fact that they like them. Like, if you actually think you need, like, a military shipment's worth of AKs that you can dole out to your militiamen when the time comes and when they come to get you.
Yeah.
Just piss off with that fantasy bullshit. Yeah. I mean, half these, I doubt half the guys in that little militia, right, were ever active duty service members. And you see this all the time, because there's always these fat rednecks who buy the XXL fucking LBE. Mm-hmm. And then they put all these like these fake unit patches on to make themselves look like they're real fucking military. And if they're not doing that, then apparently that dipshit's rolling around in a Crown Vic he bought at an auction, pretending that he's gonna give you your speeding ticket, or maybe your warrant.
All right. So Yami No Tenshi says, "Does Nick need some woman voodoo too? I'll make a nice hot meal for you, Nick, and then we'll see how the magic happens."
I mean, I can't remember the last time someone else cooked for me. That would be nice. I might cry a little bit.
WardOffDemons, as we have just celebrated Easter, yet another pagan festival stolen by the Christians and rebranded. I think it's important to remember the true meaning. I am hesitant to play too many videos, but let me take a look. Oh, it's a bit long. Yeah, that one's too long for us to watch, although Tim Minchin is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Anime-Mun says, Jeff, you stopped before the best part of the trailer. It's only 3 minutes, man. Also, Nick, check your Facebook. Yeah, it's only 3 minutes. Guys, like, look, I gotta be honest with you. Here's the thing about, like, you guys submitting videos. I'm down. I like it. But we only started doing it because literally Larry Kubiak was dropping $50 fucking for us to play something. Otherwise, we just stuck to the format that we usually did. So, like, I'll kind of glance at something, here and there, sorta. But I mean, it's not because I don't appreciate like your money or anything, but you know what I mean.
But we appreciate your money. Please don't change a thing.
It just gets a little crazy, and you keep sending me things I don't like. Anime-Mun. I don't like anime. I don't.
Yeah, but you ran out. You ran out of death shots.
I did.
And this is
true. That's true.
This is just what we've replaced it with.
That's
I mean,
true.
like, when's the last time you heard a Steel Panther reference, Jeff? Come on.
Well, no, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, I will say
our audience evolves with your tolerances.
Yeah, I understand, but we have to balance it out. Otherwise, it takes over everything. What are we doing next? Oh yeah, this one. Okay. Philippines. I don't know how do you pronounce this fucking dude's name?
Duterte, I think.
Duterte?
Yeah.
Philippines Duterte gives Canada 1 week to take back garbage or we will declare war.
I had this same conversation with my neighbors about the trash bags full of used diapers they like to leave outside of my door on the porch.
Filipino President Rodrigo Duterte on Tuesday.
Duterte.
Reportedly threatened to declare war against Canada within the next week if the country fails to move tons of garbage that was previously shipped to Manila. Duterte, in remarks aired by state media and reported by the Canadian press, said he will give a warning to Canada, maybe next week, that they better pull that thing out, or I will set sail. Wait, hang on. This sounds more like a jilted lover than.
Yes, well, I mean, the jilted lover would be like, you better put that thing back in.
Okay.
Like, I just want to start taking dude tart press briefings and stuff, and then turning them into Mad Libs.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. I will declare war against them. I will advise Canada that your garbage is on the way. Prepare a grand reception. Eat it if you want to, he said. Your garbage is coming home. The garbage reportedly consists of electronic and household waste. You okay?
I was just wondering if we can expect a joint press statement from ICE in the city of Clearwater telling Canada their garbage is coming home, whether they like it or not.
Between 2013 and 2014, Canada shipped tons of waste in 103 containers to the Philippines, and in the years since has been pushing the Southeastern Asian country to dispose of it. When Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau visited Manila, he said that a Canadian solution was being developed, and the situation would not occur again, according to the news outlet. Who? Listen, who got the great idea? They're like, well, we got all this trash. Let's just send it to the Philippines. I mean, you should have known you were going to piss off Dookie, or whatever his name is. Like
Duterte, Donkey Kong Karte.
Donkey Punch, whatever. So
President Mario Kart, yeah.
President Mario Kart, yeah. President Mario, yeah. Okay. Yeah, President Mario Kart. But
he does kind of look like a Goomba, doesn't he? Not the racist one, the Mario one, which itself is kind of racist, but I'll say.
Yeah, kind of. What the fuck is? Oh, these are top headlines. It's not a video about the trash.
No. But yeah, no. Well, so what I saw from it though was apparently it was supposed to be recyclables that were going to be sent over to Asia to be recycled and repurposed, and instead it was just filled with trash, including apparently, according to the Philippines, lots of used adult diapers.
Oh, excellent. Good.
The fuck, Canada? Do you guys just not like, it's like you just strap in to watch Letterkenny and you just refuse to go to the can, so you just throw on an adult diaper?
Do you remember when Tommy Lahren was like the Candace Owens of 2016?
Yeah, now she's a face of Fox News.
Yeah, and actually not she's like a 10th as annoying at this point.
Well, is that Tommy Lahren has changed, or is that we just have new metrics to measure this by?
I think both. I think she changed quite a bit, actually. I think Tommy Lahren is not nearly as obnoxious, objectively speaking, as she used to be. And maybe that's the path. Maybe that's the path that she's following, that Candace is now trying to do. Like, you have to be this virulent, jackass shithead to try and get yourself into the position that you want, and then you can calm down.
Well, I mean, it's been a common complaint, and a bunch of people say, oh, they're just a leftist, but it's been true on the left for a while now, too, and the right seems to be copying it in the sense that seems to be the formula. You be an abrasive, opportunistic, vapid bobblehead, and then you'll get a whole bunch of spots on cable TV, and then you can say you made it and go back to your YouTube channel and rail against the mainstream media, despite that your best friends in the cable world have the biggest cable news channel out there.
The left. All right, so what was I? Oh no, that's not the right one. There we go. What else was on here?
Jable's Letterkenny is a great show, and anybody who hasn't seen it should check it out.
We have a Saints special report, actually. We need music for it though, like.
Yeah, I should have thought of that.
Saints special report. An Easter bunny fucks some shit up.
Making Easter great again, y'all.
Making Easter great again. That's right.
That's right. This war on Easter.
Easter
Not
is
gonna
fighting back.
Look at him fighting back against the secularists.
Checkmate, atheists.
He swings for, for elbow axe. It's got...
Yeah, that bunny fucks some shit up. That bunny knows how to fight.
That's got to be like the highlight of that cop's week, though.
Yeah.
I love the redneck with the bandana too.
Yeah, dude.
It's like it literally looks like Mac from It's Always Sunny.
Oh, that bunny's ready to fuck some shit up, dude. I will fucking tear you apart. Come at me, tweaker. I wish we had sound. That would be the best. I want to hear that bunny talking some mad shit.
I'll keep it up, son. I'll hide some eggs in you.
Ooh, good. Yeah, good.
It's just like holds up. You ready, boy?
I don't know if I am. Holy shit. What do we got next?
The weirdest furry convention ever.
It's pretty up there, man. It really is. Oh god. All right, here you go.
Uh-huh.
That's all you, man.
Oh, well, all right, guys. Well, guess what? Florida man got himself a job. Painting shit on the road. Doral, Florida. A road crew in Florida should get an F for spelling. A motorist on Thursday spotted the error, realizing that the workers in Doral had made the mistake when painting the word school at a pedestrian crossing in the road. Instead of S-C-H-O-O-L, it was spelled S-C-O-H-O-L.
Skohol.
Skohol crossing. WPLG brought it to the city's attention, and the city tweeted that the private contractor has now corrected the work. It's not clear how long the mistake was there in plain sight. You know what I'd love to find out, though, that it wasn't the contractor at all. That it was somebody working at the city who, like, I would like you to paint this sign at this intersection. You sure? With just this exact sign? Yes. Are you sure you don't want to proofread it? I think I know what I'm doing. You're the boss.
It was Karen.
All right. Yeah, it probably is a Karen. It's a city clerk. She's probably got those grandma glasses with like the bead rope to keep them around her neck for when she's like looking down on other people for raising their children poorly.
Dude, when I eventually have to get glasses, I'm so gonna have the beaded thing. Oh my god.
You're gonna go with the grandma glasses?
Oh my god, I so will.
Just
Holy
like
shit.
the big like swooping sort of cat eye glasses, maybe with the big thick frames. You're basically gonna be like, Harry Potter referencing coming to. You're gonna be like Dolores Umbridge. There we go. Wait, no, she didn't have glasses. She was just a bitch.
I'll be like Dolores Umbridge, but with glasses, and I fuck.
There you go. Oh, I'm not gonna get a hard on for months after thinking about that. It's like that time Kathy Bates was topless and about Schmidt. It's like, will I ever love tits again?
I forgot about that.
See? You gotta like climb into bed with the wife, be like, baby, what? Would you mind just putting a t-shirt on for the next week or two when we get in bed together? Why? Just Kathy Bates. Don't ask.
Kathy Bates has probably had way more sex than both of us combined. She's a movie star.
No, that's probably true. It's probably true.
And she's twice as old as us.
That's also true. It's also true. But you know, the fun thing is like with our drinking habits and our like start and go enthusiasm for, improving our health.
Sure.
We'll probably have droopier titties by the time we're that age. And that, my friends, is gender equality.
We're doing our part.
I'm doing my part. Yeah, that's exactly it. There's enough diastole in this beer to the point where I ain't gonna give a fuck.
Oh my god. So this next one, I haven't watched this video yet, but I put this in here because I want to see it. Because this happened. So in Eugene, I live in Eugene. Eugene is right next to Springfield. They're seamless. Like, you don't even realize you're going from one to the other. It's that kind of a situation. This happened in Springfield, so it happened like maybe 4 miles away from me. So I'm really curious to see what this is all about.
It was close enough to when Jeff takes another one of his archery breaks and he shoots high on the target. There's a chance he might just hit this son of a bitch.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess I'll just start reading the article a little bit and then we'll watch the video.
All right, then.
It's a sad world we live in, y'all. Video of racist woman harassing kids goes viral. An Oregon woman has been charged with disorderly conduct, harassment, and trespassing after being filmed going on a racist tirade on Easter Sunday. Jessica Hollinger and her husband, Kevin, who was also arrested, were filmed shouting racist slurs as they walked through a neighborhood. The taunts caught the attention of the Matthews family, who were sitting down to Easter dinner when they overheard them. When they went outside to investigate, the couple began harassing them for being black.
You know what we need to do is we need to like airdrop in that Easter bunny in like a PUBG style. He could just straight shoot down to this bitch's house.
Yeah, we need the fucking
just get got by the Easter bunny.
Yeah, dude, that's what we fucking need. We need the Easter bunny showing up and fucking putting on hands, man, on these fuckers. Yeah. That's what we need. The world needs more fucking bunnies who bash.
Vigilante bunnies.
Yeah. All right, let's watch this news article.
Begin tonight in Springfield, where a family says their Easter Sunday was destroyed when they were racially targeted during an argument all caught on camera.
Turn it up.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Templeman. Renee McCullough has the evening off. KEZI 9 News reporter Madison Glassman spoke to that family, who says they are no strangers to these attacks in this evening's top story.
It started off as a typical Easter Sunday until...
Why do they always do that?
Somewhere! Don't do it, Rashonda! Don't do it. The Matthews tell me they...
I wish I could find I want to find the unedited, but then we might actually get booted off of Twitch, huh?
Yeah, y'all can use your imagination. I mean, if you're really curious what these words are, just go over to DLive. You'll find them all said there.
We're inside, sitting down for an Easter Sunday meal when they heard racial slurs being shouted outside. That's when they walked out and started recording.
And they were walking up on the side of the road over there. And that was when we my brothers came down here and asked them to please not use those words.
Your Honor.
Dude, that's a really nice neighborhood too. Like, I know that neighborhood in Springfield.
I just love how they started out. It's like it almost seems like it's something that you're taught day one of training when you're like local news cameraman. It's like, all right, we need to start with a low shot of the shittiest part of the curb.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Like,
Sunday meal, slurs being shouted outside.
Yeah,
That's when they walked
down
out
here
and started recording.
And they were walking up on the side of the road over there. And that was when my brothers came down here and asked them to please not use those words.
But no, this is like a really nice fucking neighborhood.
But Springfield residents Jessica and Kevin Hollinger didn't listen, and the Matthews
Why did they blur out? Did she have plumber's crack that looked like a
and
full
she
ass?
approached me in my face.
Dude, that woman has some fucking hangers. Holy shit.
No, that's Landwell Supreme right there. In fact, I think a long time ago the Inuit used to hunt those creatures for their blubber.
Me in my face and started saying it multiple times.
Springfield police say she walked onto the Matthews property and chest bumped one of them.
It escalated from
She's got her
there.
ass hanging out.
Police say Kevin Hollinger had a knife tucked under his shirt during the confrontation, and the Matthews say he later walked away.
Oh my God.
She just pulled her fucking pants down.
I get the funny feeling that perhaps she decided to make herself a little cocktail from whatever she found below her kitchen sink. Oh, here's the funny thing too. Like when these you always notice these suburban racists. They almost always tend to be these fat trash bags, like kind of people who just permanently dress in gym shorts or pajama pants.
Right.
Yeah, and they just hung around. Because I mean, and here's what I love too, especially in this modern age of white nationalism and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like this is the true face of that?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Absolutely.
This Goodwill Buffalo was Goodwill Water Buffalo. That's the true face of white power in this country. It's a fat, illiterate piece of shit who somehow managed to crawl off the inflatable bed that they sleep on.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you're gonna go to jail for that.
But Jessica Hollinger didn't.
Holy shit.
We laughed because, wow. okay, something's not right with you.
All jokes aside, the Matthews tell me they are no strangers to these kinds of attacks.
Unfortunately, it exists here.
That's just something that shouldn't happen, and I don't know, I have seen it like a couple times.
I think I know this guy, actually. I think I've run into him.
Ratavian?
Yeah. He looks really fucking familiar.
I'm here because I'm from California, so it does happen. It really does happen.
And they want to send a strong message.
Try harder. You know, we bleed the same color. We are no different. I work every day, put in a...
I thought her message was like, try harder, bitch. Because like you just embarrassed yourself on forever on the internet. Like, maybe try harder. Don't just get all liquored up on your natty daddies and go wandering down the street screaming racial obscenities in people's houses.
Right. Yeah.
A good 9 to 5. I take care of my kids, and I don't feel like I should be treated differently. I'm kind of retarded because of my skin color.
Jessica Hollinger was charged with disorderly conduct for what police are calling the aggressive.
Yeah, the pride of the white race right there, buddy.
Yeah. Let me ask to any of those generation identity fuckers out there, how many of you want to put a baby in that thing? I'll wait.
Which way, Western man? This or Zoe Saldana? Which way? Which way? This or Rosario Dawson? Are you going to be a traitor to your own race?
Yep, see, look, y'all fuck now. Just this is your future waifu, guys. The nice thing is though is that it's not a body pillow. It's more of a set of body couch cushions.
It's more like a giant toe.
Use of the N-word, harassment, and trespassing. Kevin Hollinger was also charged with disorderly conduct.
I'm done. No.
He wakes up every day counting all 30% of his fair Aryan features to feel proud of.
I thought you were gonna say he wakes up every morning and counts his chromosomes that he has left.
Well, some people are born with 12 toes. Don't look at him funny. I'm just glad to know that after all these years, Frog and Toad are still in fact friends.
Oh my God! I've been making it a point to be like, Oregon is just such a beautiful fucking place. It is just incredible. It's so great, and it gets a bad rap because of this, that, and the other thing. And then I have to play this fucking video.
Yeah.
All right.
It's okay if you want. You can dig into Google News and see what's happened around Manchester recently and feel slightly better about yourself. I think it's about the latitude, really.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. There's something about the latitude. Yeah, that was nutty.
If you look like them, and then you had to look at the naked body of the other one when you sort of just lurched your fucking horrendous corpse on top of them and started grinding the unspeakables together. I could see how you would think you're the pride of the planet and you're part of the best race ever.
Yeah. Well, real quick, so for anybody who wants to join us today, be sure to hop in the Discord. It's on the page. And hop into the waiting room.
I'm kind of
Magic Fowl, 13 months. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Magic Fowl. Awesome. Anime-Mun said... before that one. Jillian Epperly says, take down your videos or I will sue you and dox you. Waterfalls for life. I'm sorry, Jillian. I can't do that. Anime-Mun says, okay, I get your feelings about this, but I don't have an insane amount of money like Larry on a regular basis. Now, excuse me while I get a bunch of ancient meat and sacks in my Japanese MMO to give to the cook on this spaceship, spouting out samba. Okay.
Samba?
But I will say, one thing that you could do, because when it comes to people submitting things to the show, I'm totally down, but I feel bad if somebody's tossing money with it. So what I would say instead is, if you find something really funny that you think would be fun to torture me or something, you can toss it up on #during show. And if we have time, we'll watch it.
Or we should talk about this later, but I mean, I've had this really like revolutionary idea. I know nobody's done it before, right? But the thing is so, like, if we get the Patreon launched, for instance, after the show, we can do like a private after show.
Nobody's ever done that before.
I don't think anybody has. I've never heard of it. I mean, it might happen on some obscure podcast somewhere, but you know,
some obscure, probably a obscure right-wing podcast. Probably.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's. I mean, those guys actually, if they exist, not that they do, but if they ran that same story that we just ran, they'd probably feel really bad for Eeyore getting kicked off the property like that. Oh well, I'll just go back to my pure white homestead. And reopen another can of Sketty.
So I don't see. This is why I really don't like English news. WardOffDemons. Okay, not a video, but the bitch's ass crack just made me remember this from a town near me. What he sent me real quick, because I can summarize it, was a taxi driver caught defecating outside club faces further action. That's a picture. I don't get to. I mean, you can kind of see him right there, just pooping. That's pretty good.
I'm surprised because usually when this kind of shit happens in England, it's, you know, on a Friday night and it's just called a night out with the lads.
Oh, what's the name of that fucking channel? There's this amazing channel. Oh, shush. Go away, Hugo and Jake. I was watching Hugo and Jake the other day.
Oh, I was going to say, why are they here? Can we get them back? It wasn't the David Attenborough dub over a London Friday night, was it?
No. It was more of them ripping apart Jordan Peterson's shitty book.
No. I mean the thing you're looking for. Because I'll tell you, I watched the Peterson versus Zizek video.
Is this the one?
This looks like a good spot.
And I do love Zizek, even though he's fucking nuts.
Okay, I don't think this is the dude's actual YouTube channel. I'm trying to find his actual YouTube channel so people can actually go and see his videos. Like, fair is fair. Damn.
Well, maybe we'll put that in the links below if we can find it later.
Yeah. But here, I could just throw this into here. By the way, just another reminder, guys. Hop into the waiting room. We're gonna pull people in just a second. But this dude, not this dude, but this one dude installed a water line outside of his house for when people getting out of the club decided that they wanted to relieve themselves next to his house.
No, this looks like a good spot. Yeah, I can use this bathroom. It wasn't such a good spot. Anybody got soap? Yeah, I'll catch up to you, baby. I gotta use the bathroom.
Just don't have such a pissable corner, man. Is it a turret that he can aim?
I don't know. He's been doing it for a long fucking time. I don't remember the name of his channel, though, so I feel really bad.
The urinal shower guy.
Yeah. That makes me sad.
Well, that's just precious. I mean, you know, and here's the thing, y'all. If you're thinking about joining yourselves a right-wing militia and with the idea being you're going to protect your home, just install a shower head. That's all it takes.
Yeah. Why? Wait, why?
Oh, because who wants to get soaked with water? I don't give a fuck where you're from. If you're trying to take a leak and somebody hoses you down like that, there we go. That's home protection.
True.
It's home protection.
I think I might have actually found. I'm gonna look at it after we pull somebody in. I'll find this. Yeah.
Let's just get somebody actually funny on the show for once.
Yeah, because we're
make up for our lack of prepared material.
We're not funny. Oh no.
This is a very serious show, guys.
Very serious.
Very serious show.
It's Ward. Ward's on, and I'm gonna go. Oh shit.
Hello.
There we go.
Ward's on. I'm gonna fuck off now.
No, I was like, I was muted in Discord, so he couldn't even hear me, and I couldn't hear him.
blew my pee-pee. I can't hear him.
Hello.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Oh, cool. I'm gonna turn you up just a little bit on my end. Say something.
That's cool. What's wrong?
Testing? Or something?
Yeah, one more step up. I think you're probably gonna be pretty good. How's it going, man?
Yeah, it's going alright, man. A bit ill at the minute with a chest infection, but apart from that, I'm doing okay.
A chest infection? Fuck that. What happened that you got a chest infection?
Kid got sick, brought it home from school. I
Oh,
now got it.
fuck. It's always the goddamn kid, isn't it?
Yeah, man, it is. It's fucking horrendous.
That's the funniest thing about being a parent is when they first show up and you see this like pure bundle of joy and all of that, and you're like, oh my god, I need to make sure I don't get them sick. And then you learn very quickly you will never get them sick. They will get you sick all of the goddamn time.
Oh yeah, it happens. And you know what? I want to say I've been a very good, responsible parent. I've got him vaccinated with all the vaccinations we can get him.
Well, then maybe they're immunocompromised. I've read a recent study on healthtruthscience.net, which says that vaccines can cause your child to get AIDS. What do you say about that? Do you feel irresponsible now?
Absolutely fucking not, because if vaccine's going to give my kid AIDS, then no, that's not true.
Well, it's entirely true. But then again, when I speak about this, vaccine also happens to be the nickname from this individual from a club that I used to frequent back in my college days.
Oh, that's a different vaccine then.
It's not the vaccine I was thinking about, no.
What Ali just put, yeah, don't you know vaccinations cause adults? That's a really good point.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
a really good point.
I love that one, like, you know, it's like that meme of like, you know, what is it, like 80% of scientists are somewhere on the autism spectrum. So wait a second, are you saying autism causes vaccines?
Yeah, I saw that. That's an amazing one. I love that. And you know what? I mean, my kid has recently been diagnosed having autism, and I've actually been asked by someone I work with who is, did you get him vaccinated?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we skipped the autism vaccine because, you know.
yeah, because, you know, just no. The thing that gets me more than anything else is that all these people are going on about it, and it's like, oh, even if there was some kind of fucked up tenuous link to vaccines and autism, is autism really something that we need to vilify this much?
Of course.
Yeah, well, it would, like, would you rather your child have autism or measles?
Autism.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the thing. It's the people who believe this shit, there's no convincing them otherwise.
No. And
so just put it to them like that. Would you rather your child was autistic or died of smallpox?
Yeah, but you know what they say? No, I've actually been told by someone, but there's other ways to cure it and to deal with it.
I mean, God, it's sure. Well, you could cure it with a bleach enema, right?
Yeah. Or almond pits. That's a really popular one.
Hang on a second. You guys are telling me that there's a medicinal benefit to bleach enemas, not just the pleasure?
Okay, yeah. Oh, no, but you need to drink 3 teaspoons of it, and then you need to put 2 tablespoons of it up your ass.
What's the great thing, though? It's like that study that came out saying you can eat pizza for breakfast because it's more healthy than your average breakfast. I'm like, I fucking knew it!
Yeah, but only if you keep it in the fridge overnight, because if you just leave it out on the side overnight, I think I read somewhere that the bacteria on the pizza doubles every 3 seconds.
Listen, Ward, I'm not going to sit here and tolerate you mercilessly criticizing my culture.
Dude, I eat pizza for breakfast too. It's fine.
What, breakfast? What is this, a breakfast you speak of?
I love bacteria.
But only the good bacteria, because the bad bacteria is bad, just like those candidas. Just saying.
That's the thing. Well, I mean, it's been funny in my studying of, like, you know, brewing and winemaking and such. I love how, like, one of the most important things you have to do is sterilize the living shit out of everything, because And most people you hear like, oh, you got to sterilize your food cooking implements. Like, oh yeah, I don't want any bacteria getting in there. No, you do want bacteria. You just want to, you've got a guest list. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I mean, I heard you've been hearing about cheese. I've got this cheese making kit that I've been bought. I'm like, you know what? I'll get into this over the summer and it'll be great. I'm gonna make mozzarella and all sorts of shit. I'm like, but bacteria is important for this. You don't want to sterilize everything.
No, you do want to sterilize everything. You want the bacteria that gets in there to be the bacteria that you want.
Yeah, but for one person, oh, you don't want any bacteria at all. It's like, what? Do you know what cheese is?
Oh yeah, it's a funny thing when you think about wine or mead making too, though. It's like, I mean, I saw the video about a guy making homemade mead, and apparently back when they first created it, it was the accident. It was like, oh, I left this pot sitting out and everything's gone to shit, and I don't know, I'll try it anyway. And whoa, I feel kind of good after that. And apparently the original, I think it was like the Nords when they were making it. They thought it was their giant spoon that they mixed it with, and it was a magic spoon because they didn't understand that spoon had picked up wild yeast spores, which continued culturing on the spoon with each batch that they made, so it got stronger and stronger.
Oh, okay.
They didn't understand that yeast was what made it happen. So to them, it was this magic spoon which made their honey juice that much better.
Wow, that's incredible.
Well, yeah, when you think about that, though, and now you look at all these, like, home people, like, home brewer people and home winer people, and they get all these chemicals to add to disinfect and, like, bleach everything effectively, right? And then you realize, like, that, well, or you could do that, or you could do it the old way, and after a few batches, yeah, you too will see werewolves. You too will see witches in the sky. It'll be great.
Did you guys hear that Trisha Paytas fucked a ghost?
What?
Yeah. Trisha Paytas fucked a ghost.
Who is this?
Trisha Paytas? You don't know who Trisha Paytas is?
No idea.
Oh. Trisha Paytas is a huge YouTuber.
Oh, of course, no, I have no idea.
Yeah, other people that I watch have done, like, reaction videos to her, and, like, have been...
I don't think I've ever done a reaction video to her, but a lot of people have, because she's kind of a loony bird.
Hang on, is she that one who looks like she still takes, like, circa 1999 makeup tips and
She's got very big fake boobies, very blonde Barbie-ish hair. Kind
of thick.
Kind of thick.
Looks like maybe she's a manager at Lids at the mall.
She's gotten like she wants to talk to the manager of the mall.
She's gotten pretty fit lately. Yeah, Caffeine Tweaker stated it best. She's a master troll. Like Trisha Paytas has mastered YouTube. I think she's utterly fucking brilliant because people don't realize how devious she is and how none of it's real. Like she is a troll, but she put a video out on Twitter of her buck ass naked fucking a ghost.
I don't quite know what to say about this.
To get some terry cloths so you can sop up the ectoplasm.
But this reminds me of there's one I say kid. He's a YouTuber. He's about 15 years old, and he keeps doing these. Oh, I phoned the boss baby at 3 a.m. And it's like, no, you really didn't. I phoned Freddy Krueger at 2 a.m. It's like, no, you fucking didn't. I phoned Momo of the Momo Challenge.
You frickin' fricks.
Yeah, it's like, no, just why? But he's getting tens of thousands of views every time.
Well, it's one of the wonderful things we can fall back on as a supreme and unquestioning understanding of things is that the dumbest shit in the world appeals to YouTube mass audiences brilliantly.
Yeah.
I mean, any genre you think of, there are very few in which the, well-written, well-researched material really makes to the top. It's like, what's this retard gonna do now? He thinks he's talking to Momo on the phone.
Jesus
really?
Christ.
Really? That's why I like Twitch. It's only top shelf content here.
That's yeah. And unbearably hot women dancing for hours.
Like I said, top shelf content.
Top shelf. Top, tip top.
Yep. YouTube is where you go to find the the land whales, the water buffaloes, who are very convinced, thanks to their Tumblr accounts, that they are beautiful in that undersized bikini, and that they need to do a cover of Ariana Grande.
Well, now we're just being Judgy McJudgerson, aren't we?
No, and I'd like to point out that is.
You can be that when you're self-deprecating.
That shit's coming to Twitch now because they have got Twitch Sings. Have you seen this?
Twitch what?
Twitch Sings. It's when you can download and add to your Twitch thing, and you do this weird karaoke rhythm game. And
is Twitch trying to turn into TikTok then?
I have no idea, but all I know is I've seen a couple of people on there who are actually quite fun and not taking themselves seriously, doing it like proper karaoke. And there's people on there who are really trying to make it big in the music world that have no place doing that.
Twitch Sings, you actually do download it, and it interfaces with Twitch. No shit.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Maybe that whole thing about YouTube Saints karaoke that we've been talking about and never doing can actually just happen on MidWeek.
And you can give chats controls, or they get to request songs.
And there's little features on there which you get certain little mini challenges, like you've either got to sing like you're underwater or sing like you're a Shakespearean actor, and then the audience can actually pick which challenge you got to do.
Okay, I'm liking the sound of this
my
now.
god, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I'm gonna, you know what I'll have to do though? I'm gonna have to figure out our audio situation, so I'm piping in my audio to you.
Now you see what happened is if you both download it, you can then join up as friends. So you're on like one channel, Nick's on his, and you can join up together for that brief section, and then you sing with other people.
Well, I'm saying if we're doing it on one channel.
Oh yeah, that'd be different.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to figure out how to pipe an audio channel through.
Yeah, it would have to be like a live stream, restream or something.
Nah, I know how to do it. I just don't want to. It's such a complicated pain in the ass, but I'll do it. It's fine.
What?
Okay.
Well, it's funny with things like this. I'm like, I'm not gonna twerk for any of y'all on camera, and I rarely dance in any capacity. But the first time I ever did karaoke was in like a South Philly bar, middle-aged to older black folk, almost entirely. My girlfriend and I walk in there, and she's like, "You're gonna sing something," and I'm like, "What do I know the lyrics to?" Okay, yeah, I'll just sing Sam Cooke. And it worked. I was walking back to my seat, and this like the old black grandma was like, "Oh baby, I love your dimples," and I'm like, "I'll take that as compliment of my singing then."
I've done karaoke like twice in my life. Once was as a bet where someone bet me that I wouldn't turn up to this bar on Halloween dressed as Frankenfurter and sing anything from Rocky Horror. And it was £100 to be made, so of course I fucking did it.
What'd you sing? What'd you sing?
They didn't have Sweet Transvestite, unfortunately, so I had to go with the Time Warp, the only one they had.
Time Warp's alright. That's still pretty good.
Yeah, and that's the kind of song too. When you sing it to a crowd, even if you botch it, if they know what it is, they're gonna be excited.
So,
but you see, I turned up in a full regalia. I had the little fucking Basque thing. I had a tonga on. I had the knee-high boots with fucking 3-inch heels. I had a fucking bullwhip in my hand, for fuck's sake. I went for it.
Oh yeah. That's the way to do it. Ward, anything you want to show, promote, put out there into the world, my man?
Absolutely. There is an amazing streamer who's just started up today. She is actually, I believe she's actually talking in the chat today, and her thing on Twitch is Gorgeous. G0REJUSS.
Gotcha.
She's awesome. She's such a sweetheart. She really is.
And
and she could really do with some support.
I rated her this morning. Once my morning stream was off.
She was still bubbling over about that when she finished the show.
Aw, good, excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much, Ward. Appreciate you. We'll see you again soon, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Take it easy.
Good talking to you, man.
You too, man. Bye.
All right.
Now he gets to go back to suffering from chest congestion thanks to his own carpet rat.
Poor dude.
Well, yeah, poor dude, but I mean, I don't think you disagree with me when I say that, like, getting horribly sick and then wondering how the fuck it happened until you look at your precious bundle of joy and you realize, oh, it's a rite of passage.
How could this happen to me? All right. Uh-oh, it's trouble. It's trouble that's coming in.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
trouble.
Trouble.
I'm
Noth-
a sweet, innocent little angel.
Nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble.
Oh, it's not my fault that you couldn't handle it. Very few people can.
That I couldn't handle it? Did you say that I couldn't handle it?
I don't think you could. I mean, you became so flustered and just kept messing things up. Even Ward messed you up. It was quite glorious.
I think I'm gonna have to go get another beer. Yami, this is Nick. Nick, this is Yami.
We're acquainted.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Yami, how's it going?
It's going. I mean, my day's been kind of full and very rough start in the morning, but other than that, it was fun because I got to see the little Jeff over there. Well, not little. He's
Trying
more,
desperately to hear you.
Big Daddy Jeff.
Big Daddy Death.
Jeff.
Do you run a? I mean, I only caught a part of that, so I'm going to just extrapolate from what I heard. So is this to say that perhaps you run a funeral home with like maybe a kink rave in the after hours? Some pagan rite where you prop the corpse in the casket up at the end of the hall and you all just party with them?
It's more of the witch covenants in which we do our little voodoo magic. Blue. Sorry, whenever someone burps, I have to say a color, otherwise someone has to make an animal sex noise.
I mean, I'm glad to hear that, actually. We hear all the time, especially if you're on Twitter, that, good, wholesome traditions are dying out in our culture. I'm glad you're carrying this on, even though I have no fucking clue what it's about.
I couldn't agree more.
I'm an old tradition girl. I'm a very sweet, innocent old tradition girl.
That's why we put our young to death when they've reached the age of 20 and
make them ride the carousel. It's time for carousel.
It's like, I'm a good traditional person.
Are you teasing me with that thing, Jeff?
Teasing you? No, I'm just hanging out, man. Just hanging out.
Let's not get any thoughts now.
I'm just looking for Jesus, all right?
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, that's
why
he's
you ain't gonna find Jesus here.
No, he'll find Jesus by carrying a whip. Eventually, the captain of the Praetorian Guard will come around and say, "We've got this Jew what needs beaten." And Jeff will be like, "Oh, I'm happy."
That's usually how it goes. Mr. Tickle Chunk, resubscribe with the Tier 3, 18 months in a row. Tier 3, pinkies up, my dudes. Pinkies up. Yes!
I have a question.
Yes, my dear.
Even if it's not Jews, can I still be in that line?
You might have to pretend to be a Jewish princess.
Go.
I can deal with that. I'll even wear Leia's little slave costume for you.
No. That's not how you do
this
that.
This is acceptable.
No. The appropriate way that you act as though you were a Jewish princess is that you insist that everyone around you wait on them hand and foot. And you have to make mountains out of every personal molehill that there is. I'm just speaking from experience. May have had a Jewish princess once or twice.
Oh, I don't know if I could really make people move anything hand and foot for me, but I can probably make little moles into mountains or mountains into Mount Everest, whichever.
Well, see, yeah, it's an extraordinary trade-off because yes, they can be quite a handful in the most annoying ways conceivable, but they have talent to make up for it. So
I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah. I have a feeling it ultimately came back. Ultimately, the fact that like Hitler one time got a Jewish girl to give him a little laurel, little mouth action there, but didn't.
Well,
finish
as
him
long
off,
as she
and he
didn't
never,
ask for any moolah in return, I guess.
Never forgave. Because the thing is, if you complete
I'll be honest with you.
If you get a full blowjob from a Jewish girl, well, typically you have a much brighter perspective on the people of the tribe.
I've always wanted to do a Jewish girl. How was that like?
Judgy.
Oh,
demanding.
Well, that's no fun.
That's not true.
Demanding.
That's not. That's no. I've slept with two Jewish girls. They're fine. Same as anything
I've had 4.
Wait,
about 50.
they weren't like sun and moon. Were they?
No. Wait, what do you mean?
Okay. No, nothing.
Is that a Pokemon reference?
No.
Because listen, the last time someone said you got to catch them all about my people, it didn't work out too well.
Let's just say it was back in my Sweener Club days. But anyways.
What are you looking at me like that for? It's a perfectly fine joke that I can tell and you can't, Jeff.
I mean, I could tell it. I might,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Have
it's
consequences.
A joke I can get away with and you cannot.
I think round 2 is once again won by. Too bad Squidly wasn't here to witness it.
Fucking Jesus Christ. You two are torturing me every goddamn time I go live on my Twitch channel. It's driving me insane.
And you love every minute.
I mean, it's not bad. I'm not really complaining necessarily. Oh my god. You know how long it's been since I actually grabbed that bullwhip is I reached over to pull it off the wall and I got like fucking cobwebs on my sleeve. What the fuck?
On Jeff's
well, that just shows when you're rusty. You got to get back into it. Like
no, I think when this show is over, I'm probably gonna go out back and fucking target practice some trees.
Well, before you do that, honestly, I would say treat the leather.
Oh, it's a cheap piece of shit bullwhip. It's not my good bullwhip. I have a good bullwhip, and that one is not covered in cobwebs.
I'm sorry, but as the Jewish princess, I demand the finest quality.
See, that's what it's like. That's what it's fucking like. I'm telling you.
My God.
What's wrong, Jeff? Are you having problems over there?
Me? I'm fine.
I just got a kick though, just because the last genuine Jewish princess, and when I say Jewish princess, like this is the daughter of a rabbi, an influential rabbi, no less too. We'd been friends for years. We'd been friends and close and closer for years and years, and then she hits me up with this stuff about my parents are selling my childhood home, and I never had a childhood home, so I can't sympathize that well. I'm like, that sucks, but hey, free yourself from the past. Kill it if you have to. Kylo Ren all the way. And that was the end of it. It was like, oh my god, you're so insensitive. Like, well, yeah. You should have known this by now. That's not where I would have thought it would have been, though.
You need to catch up on that one.
This is why I want to do with Jewish girls. I can easily lure them in. They won't suspect a thing, and the next you know, they're in my world.
And you just spring Holocaust jokes on them and be like, no, it's okay. I learned it from this guy, Nick. He tells everyone he's Jewish. I'm tempted to believe him.
No, see, Nick, you gotta be subtle. You need to give them the woman's touch.
What's not subtle about being Jewish on the internet and insisting that people give me money for showing up on it?
Maybe. That's a good point. I'll give you that one.
See, I personally can't wait for Brittany Pettibone to make a whole special about this particular segment.
God. Jesus Christ.
See, Jeff? If Nick can handle me, why can't you? What's wrong?
Oh, I can handle you just fine. I can absolutely handle you just fine. I don't think handling you is ever going to be an issue. I just say I can't handle you because you exasperate me. But it's a good exasperation. I enjoy it.
What can I say? I enjoy exasperating men and women alike.
That's fair. You're an equal opportunity exasperator.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
It's 2019. Gotta have some fun.
Man.
And it all starts with Jew jokes. It's like 1998 all over again.
All we need now is just Alex Jones screaming, "The frogs are going gay by the water." And then it would be completely 1988.
That'd be fair. Oh my god. Fucking the gay frogs and that sort of shit. So recently, if you want to catch like a blossoming sort of drama, sort of science controversy that's brewing right now, my boy Miles Power just started like ripping up Hank Green from SciShow for their reporting on the atrazine gay frogs chemical. Like, they totally fucked it up. They fucked it up bad, and Miles is, like, fucking ripping them apart for it. It's great.
Oh, I have to see it, because seeing Miles rip anything apart is just glorious.
But
this is not the first time he's ripped up the Green Brothers either on SciShow for being wrong. He's done it before. It's
kind of a serious note, but I think you probably agree with me in a sense, though. Like I recently actually I've sort of referenced this sentiment that like the saddest part about the skeptic world online is that most of it has lost all of its skepticism, and that opportunistic douchebags have taken to playing on the credulity of these people who followed them supposedly because they were skeptical and asking questions. And it does seem like it's the same kind of thing we saw with the atheist world. Now I'm curious if it's coming into the science world where this sense of credulity, that's a foregone conclusion.
I don't think the Green Brothers are in any way are big on skepticism. I mean, they even specifically came out during the whole Sargon garbage human thing and supported Anita. Like, they're definitely not in the same role. I get what you're saying, but like, the Greens are on the other side of that one. It's weird, and they produce great content, but they also do let ideological things color the lens by which they look at things, and that controversy in specific, the atrazine thing, it really, really messes with them.
Well, I just want to ask you, actually, Jeff, I sent you a link it was a Wikipedia link on a sort of philosophy of science that... Yeah, and it was Graham Hancock was the one that I found really bringing it up. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like it's an inverse of this, because like whereas that theory, and if you could find it, let me know what it's called. But yeah, I mean that theory, which it's something which poisons scientific and research communities with this notion that, well, because we've never seen a thing and can't observe a thing, it basically means that everything's been this way forever, and it hasn't really changed much. Mm-hmm. And it almost seems like there's this new version of that, especially within the science communicator community, like the I fucking love science people. Oh, they will dip so hard into pseudoscientific sociology just to appear woke, while being like, oh, by the way, guys, like, quantum computers, and by the way, did you know gender is like an artificial construct and there's nothing to do with biology, by the way? Oh yeah, that's right. And girls can do science. Fuck you. Like, huh?
It's very strange. It's very convoluted and like all mashed together in a weird way. There's not a lot of consideration for it either, which I think is a disservice. But we'll talk about that in a second. Actually, I think that's an important topic that we should maybe mention. Yami.
Yes.
Do you have anything out there that's titillating, that's stimulating, something that just really?
Now you're just giving me some ASMR here, and I'm loving it.
Gives you a little bit of a tingle in your pickle.
She's getting the
you have a
vapors,
pickle.
Jeff.
Girls have just very tiny pickles.
She's just getting the vapors. You gotta ease back a bit.
The only thing I can't think of anything to promote, but is it all right if I let them know I'll be streaming on May 1st to May 3rd?
Yes, absolutely. May 1st to May 3rd on your Twitch channel.
Yes. I figured since I have those days off, why not just come and hang out, and then we'll raid you, Jeff, whenever you get on, or whoever.
Sounds good to me. Send me a link to your Twitch channel when you get a chance to, okay?
I will.
Okay. And hot nudes. See you later. Bye, Yami.
Laters. Bye. Night.
I think that's a really important topic, though. The conflation of like science into.
I'll be honest with you.
I think one of the reasons why that happens,
I'm kind of retarded,
honestly, is because people like really easy answers, and they want to have an answer that's going to be close enough to the thing that's going to get them where they want to be, ideologically specific, right?
That's kind of. Yeah, that's human thinking in general. I mean, that's why we have ideologues. That's why like the communicators, as we call them, and the influencers of ideas that are supposed to be deep. And I think a lot of people get into things like science or politics not because they have a genuine interest, but because they want to sound informed and deep. And I think these content creators, these communicators and influencers know this. And so they market that to them. They market like, hey, guys, not only here's a bunch of interesting facts about the natural world, or here's a bunch of interesting facts about history, but also here's a really compelling narrative that's kind of sewn neatly into it.
All right, how it's comparable to this aspect of current events and socio-political drama.
Yeah, so you can see my Zizek is getting on here.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, it was funny listening to actually Graham Hancock recently, and he spoke about it on Rogan, which, sadly enough, it's kind of a sad but happy thing that Joe Rogan is in many senses like a source for intellectual conversation these days.
But he is.
You know, he is, and the good thing with Rogan is he like, I mean, sometimes he has too open of a mind. So if you tell him like the Nazis were working with fourth dimensional aliens to develop teleport technology in 1937, he'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But no, I mean, Graham Hancock said that even within archaeology, he said there's like a consistent ideological battle, which really requires that a defined narrative speak to the whole thing. And yeah, I mean, these days, look, why is Neil deGrasse Tyson looked at as a politically divisive figure?
I don't really understand why he's seen as a... Well, I mean, I see why he is a political figure. I see why he's a science figure. I see why he's a science communicator. But divisive? No, I don't understand why he's divisive.
Well, that all comes down to climate change.
That's probably the number one reason, yeah.
Yeah, the libs believe in climate change, and that clearly means that it's a massive money-making scam, and these poor mom-and-pop oil industries and these mom-and-pop automotive manufacturers are just trying to fight back against big government trying to sell them on some bullshit lie that a bunch of scientists came up with.
How dare you fucks in your fucking Teslas take the fucking money out of the fucking mouths of the children of the oil executives. Don't you know that being in part of a family for so long that has so much money, they literally cannot eat food anymore? They can only eat thousands of dollars worth of cash every meal? You fucking monsters!
Listen up. Listen, this is a direct message to you, Al Gore, okay? Though all those millions and possibly billions of dollars you made on those movies that you made, you owe them to the suffering CEOs of GM.
That's
done
right.
Everything they could to make sure that nothing bad happened in this economy. And they kept rolling out all of those high quality vehicles that everybody really, really wanted
That's
in
right.
an effort to keep up with market demands. And you just gonna go and shit all over them with a documentary saying that like it'll be bad if poor people in certain parts of the world get flooded out. Fuck you, you commie pinko, neo-Marxist bastard.
Fucking disgust me.
I stand with GM.
Hey, what's up, Noot? How you doing?
Hello.
No?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not expect to get on here. Hey.
Hello.
This is really happening. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Okay. How you doing,
man? I'm doing all right.
It's okay.
Excellent. I've been playing like nobody else can really see it because I'm just I have to do it on the back end. But I've been playing like the most amazing game of adjusting audio levels today because Noot, you're fine. Your audios are great. Like everybody else's audio so far today has just been a fucking nightmare of weird levels.
Yeah, I understand that. Not the same for you. I had to turn you way down.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's because you're the one that runs the risk of echo, which after over a year and change of wearing earbuds, which I'm pretty sure are causing me to lose my hearing slowly now. I'm like, wait, I can just play it through the speakers at my desk and no one's bothered.
Amazing!
I love how that's turned into a shitlord Pope hat.
Want this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look like a pope.
Yeah, well, I feel like a pope. Who's my favorite scientician? Actually, Noot, who's your favorite scientician?
I have no clue.
What about you, Nick? Are you a Degrassi Tyson chicken, or are you the mechanical engineering guy?
Listen, when I need to know my science, I just reflect upon the Judeo-Christian values of our age. And with the exceptions of taking care of the earth. Forget that shit. That's some hippie shit they added in afterwards.
Right. Bunch of bullshit.
yeah, being the stewards of the world and all that. Yeah, no, but no. I don't know. I mean, like when Neil deGrasse Tyson shows up, I'm like, yay! This will be an entertaining, scientifically oriented talk, and I'm looking forward to it. And plus, he reminds me of like a black version of my grandpa.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. I think my favorite scientician is still David Gorski. That man is a fucking beast.
Oh, actually, well, Brian Cox is a lot of fun too.
Brian Cox is a lot of fun. Yeah, nobody's put Gorski on TV yet, but they should, because the dude is a fucking beast. He's great.
Well, this whole science communicator thing kind of makes me sad though, because like, back in like the 40s and 50s when we were like discovering like the bounds of nuclear technology and all the the birth of futurism in many respects, like we just had celebrity super scientists. We had people that we were sure were going to make like teleport arrays and giant robots and all that shit. And people were excited about science. Like we celebrated the people who put us on the moon by giving them fucking Corvettes. These days, a guy lands a probe on a comet and his biggest story is getting shamed for his t-shirt.
Yeah, that's the world we live in now. What do you got going on with you, Noot? How's this week been for you?
It's been all right. I only work like 1 day a week, and it got canceled this week, so oh well.
Nice.
So you're a YouTuber? Oh.
No, I'm part of a feedback team to build an apartment for homeless youth.
Oh,
okay. Okay,
awesome.
I need you to. This sounds cool. Please expand on exactly what that is.
Okay, so I live in fucking western slope of Colorado, and there's a really high like homeless youth problem. And I'm one of them. Like I got kicked out the moment I turned 19 because I didn't tell my mom that I worked like more hours than I should have, and it was a whole lot of bullshit drama. But basically, they've worked with a few contractor companies, and they're going to build like a 34-unit apartment complex for people who may who are at risk at like long-term homelessness.
Oh, okay.
And so your role in this? Well, what's you said?
I'm basically like the youth voice advocate. Like I give feedback on like what youth would want. Because I essentially am one of the youth.
That's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Damn. Well, I mean that's cool. That's a good project to get involved with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just can't. I just can't wait for somebody to come at Noot with why don't you get a real job that like does something in society? Like, okay,
oh shit,
go on.
As if I haven't been trying for the last year and a half.
Yeah. Right. Well, depending on where you're living too, it could be pretty fucking tough.
I live an hour out of Denver. There's no way.
An hour out of Denver? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's bad here.
Are you south of Denver or?
I am west of Denver.
Oh fuck. Okay.
I'm closer to Utah than.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm fucked.
Yeah, dude, no, there's shit for fucking jobs out there.
I know.
I mean, Eugene's kind of the same way. We have a huge street kid population. And everybody ends up taking these jobs like telephone surveys. You call people and try and get old ladies to take political surveys and shit like that. That's my first job. All the street kids do that, which I always thought was really interesting because I went in to work there, and half the people have face tattoos and dreadlocks. So it was interesting. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Well, I'm curious. I mean, out there, because I mean, if this isn't enough of an issue to where a project like this will go through, do you guys have issues with like tent cities out there at all?
I know there's one near the rivers, but I don't know. Like, actually, no, wait, no, there's a really big one at one of the parks near the train station.
Oh, see, how does your area handle them? Or is this kind of thing like where they'll send like state troopers in to roust them out every so often, or do they just?
No, mostly they're just left alone.
See, No, I like hearing that stuff. Just because when I hear about this, I did a video recently on the concept of indifference, and one of the things that got me thinking is like here in Manchester we have a massive homeless population, which it's so bad. Like when they go downtown, one of the local building owners decided he was going to install a speaker which put out one of those shrill, unbearable sonic frequencies.
Oof.
And it would go for 2 blocks, and the city was just like, no, that's fine. You're trying to get the homeless, them vagrants, what reduce your property values off your stoop. When they formed a tent city, they formed it off the highway near the river. And because a bunch of the garden party picket fence set from Bedford, the nice luxury town over where Sarah Silverman is from, surprise, surprise, when they would drive home or to or from their work in Concord or whatever, like they just see this tent city on their drive back, and they complained enough to the point where all of these people were kicked out of this city. The city's all put ordinances in, you can't sleep in parks or public spaces. It's like, well, where are they supposed to go? The shelter you just shut down? Or perhaps that one that you shuttle all of the junkies from downtown into every time Taylor Swift comes to play around, so the good taxpayers don't have to see the actual effects of poverty in the urban area.
I do declare.
Yeah. All these foul people without grad degrees and no parents are giving me the vapors.
Yeah, no. The biggest problem is like the drug problem, and that's everywhere. Like even back when I lived in Arizona, there was a huge drug problem, and it's just if you get caught doing drugs, is like at like the facilities, like at the shelters, you do get kicked out. Like they have to do that, otherwise they lose their funding.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like out there, is it would you say it's more amphetamines or is it more opioids? Is that a tough one? Did we lose Noot?
We might have. Let me see.
Still in there.
No, he's still in there.
Noot!
Hold on.
There you are.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that. My mic goes weird.
Oh, so is it opioids or amphetamines that you guys are dealing with?
It's cocaine.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that kind of party.
Yeah. It's bad because 3 girls back at the main shelter that I lived at did it in the backyard. Like 3 lines in the backyard, and they were caught. And because it was around Christmas, they were welcomed back in. And like I get that. It's just it's in the backyard. And those tables, those glass tables, let me tell you, they were the dustiest things in the world. Like, I have lived in the Mojave Desert, and those tables were dustier.
That's kind of fucked there. I'm curious, so with the people who show up and come to this shelter, are a lot of them first timers, or have they been to other shelters, rehabs, and that sort of thing before?
Most of them are first timers. Like, I was a first timer after, getting kicked out.
Yeah.
But, like, I do know a few who, like, repeatedly got back in.
Well, I'm curious about that though too, because so I when I was doing a bunch of research on the drug problem, and specifically I did a whole focus on the rehab industry. And I know that a lot of these sober homes, which get grant funding and, private donations and all this shit, not all of them, but a number of them are basically just cash cows for the people who own the properties. And they'll stuff like 20 addicts into a single house with like a part-time supervisor. And they'll just end up shooting up, snorting, whatever they do. Like easy peasy, no worries, as long as they just like stay there and their funding doesn't get fucked up. So I'm just kind of curious if, they kind of like when you hear somebody, they get into a shelter, which I assume it's a clean living home. And then you have people just getting zooted, in the backyard, and they're like, I'm just kind of makes me wonder if like maybe they hadn't been through one of those private sober living homes where that sort of thing is permitted, because it's not about getting clean, it's just about cashing out.
Well, hey Noot, anything you want to shill, promote, put out there into the world?
Drink water.
Drink water.
Ready.
Damn
PBR
right.
is mostly water.
Yeah, and so is Hams. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Keep up the good work, by the way.
Yeah, no, keep up the damn good work. Mr. Tickle Trunk, get to the sub to ByrdHeard and to One Canuck. Thank you so much, buddy. Word of Demons, Jeff, if you like whips and stuff, we need to talk. Oh boy. Probably not like that, guys. I mean, I'm no prude, but I'm not one of those people. Anime-Mun says, I'll start putting the funny in the during show, sure, but I think it's really gonna get your goat, I'll pay for it. But now another favor to a bro mine. He's trying to get a Let's Play show up. What the fuck is going on with that? Okay, somebody just opened my door. Thanks, that's cool. Thanks. And sent a link to his buddy's channel. I guess I'll toss it into the description. That's fine. But also, I fucking hate stink bugs. I absolutely
Still dealing with them.
I fucking despise stink bugs. They're driving me fucking crazy. See, the thing is, they don't even provide any sport. There's no sport to them. Like, they just show up like and like bam, they're there, and they're just like fucking staring at me, and then they don't move. And so I grab a paper towel and I walk over, and I can literally just do this. And then they're dead. They don't even try and flee. They have no survival instinct.
No, they're probably, they're probably like, professional Twitch streamers. They just understand it's either all going to work out or they're going to die horribly.
And they smell.
And they smell bad.
It's so irritating because you then squish them, but then like it's on your fucking fingers and it's hard to get the smell off. And that's their only biological advantage, is that nothing will hunt them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Well, in the natural world, something doesn't kill you unless it's going to eat you, typically. So if they smell terrible, you can get really close. They probably think that your crushy fingers are just trying to sniff them to see if they're food. And then when you crush them, I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I don't have much else going on.
I'm just so fucking irritated with it. Like, they don't have any natural predators. If they did, I would buy that thing, but nothing wants to eat them.
Try playing Skrillex in your garage and see if that works. It works on mosquitoes. Who knows? Maybe just like blast Lord all day. All the stink bugs will be like, I used to really like the song Royals, but now I can't stop thinking about it. I'm just gonna go feed myself to the neighbor's cat.
That's right. All right, rolling. Oh shit. Oh, hello. We haven't talked to Bird in forever. Hello, Bird. Yeah. You gotta unmute. Bird.
Can you hear me?
Bird is the word. Hello, Bird.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Can you guys hear me?
We
yes,
can.
We can.
I'm kind of retarded.
So I have been teaching. I got a new teaching position.
Excellent.
Yeah, but the administration is both good and bad, like depending on kind of what happens.
I feel like we're about to get into some Game of Thrones shit here.
Yeah. All right.
Well, so like some aunts that are also teachers, so they kind of know what things are like. But we went to dinner one day, and I was just like, "Hey, so guess what a kid called me today?" And they're like, "What?" Like, they were like, "Did they call you a bitch?" And I was like, "Oh, but wait, there's more."
Oh no.
I was like astounded. I'll just tell you kind of the situation as to what happened.
Okay.
But RuPaul has taught me a wonderful thing, which is you always have the option to not say anything, and that's what I decided to say.
That's true.
But I was teaching, about to get dismissed to go line up at the door. One student was upset that she didn't get dismissed because I have like a list of criteria. Really typical shit, just say it, be sitting, have your head down, then you can line up.
And how old are these kids?
Grade.
Wait, sorry, I didn't catch it. Which grade?
Fourth.
I don't know. I don't know why that's not coming through. Your mic cuts out just before I can hear it.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! And then Bird disappeared. Oh no! No! And then we lost ByrdHeard. And then I'm all alone. Can we hear it?
Better. So,
How was that?
Yes, Bird, how have you been? What's up with you, Bird? How are things going?
Bird's gone.
What'd you do?
Bird was having trouble. I couldn't hear half of what she was saying, and then Bird was just gone, man. She was just gone, man. She was just gone, man. I don't know, man. She's just gone.
Why'd you do that, Jeff?
I don't know. I didn't mean to.
You had to get all
teacher
phobic and shit.
I wasn't teacher phobic.
It sounded teacher
Bird's
phobic
back.
in the bathroom.
No. Bird's back. All right. So this is which grade?
This was 4th grade.
4th grade. Okay, 4th grade. And this one young girl was upset because she wasn't being dismissed on time.
Correct. And so she stood up to go to line. I was like, so-and-so, you have to go back. I haven't called you yet. And she goes to sit back down. She makes eye contact with me. I look away for a second. And then she says, fat bitch. And
Oh.
I didn't expect it from this student. And so a disapproving look. She and I make eye contact. She knows that I'm not happy with what has been said. I am the mature adult, so I wait for her to put her head down.
And then you punch her in the back of it.
And then...
yeah.
Not quite. Eventually, I call her, and they go, and immediately I write a referral. I talk to the vice principal later, and she's just like, yeah, so I talked to so-and-so, and she was like, she said that some other student said that her mom was fat or something, and so it was a result of that. And then the vice principal, I was like, okay, and then what did you say? And she was like, I told her to not lie to me. And I was like, awesome. She's like, this student had one single tear roll down her face. And I was just like, good.
Nice. Nice. Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
You see, you're lucky you don't have to deal with my daughter, though, because, like, usually she's really well-behaved and a bright ball of sunshine. But then sometimes she's not, and the last time I had to actually go up to, pick her up from school because she was misbehaving, apparently she flipped a table and then started, like, legit, not just fat bitch, like, some really creative cussing out of the faculty that she didn't like. I'm like, Quinn.
What happened?
Stop it. She just had a really shitty day at home before, had a really shitty day when she got to school, didn't get breakfast, didn't bother eating much lunch, got a bit hangry. And then was sort of put in a position where she felt that she was being regarded as stupid by one of the staff. Yeah, it's like you could do and say pretty much anything to the kid, but if you make her feel like she's stupid, she will bathe in your blood.
Yeah.
Damn. That's pretty
now,
savage.
what kind of school is it you work in, though? I'm curious. Is this like one of those AmeriCorps, like, hey, guys, we can go teach in disadvantaged areas. You're gonna learn so much. Like, you're gonna leave so many better ways to choose someone out.
Genuinely disadvantaged, like 70% or 73% of our student population is on free lunch, and then 15's on reduced lunch.
I asked that because it's funny. I've met and seen and even dated a few like AmeriCorps teachers. They pass the praxis and they say like, all right, I'm gonna go fucking hit it hard. I'm gonna be the best teacher I can be. And they take on these programs and they go to places like New Orleans or, Baltimore. And they really give their all. But because they have like such shitty support structures institutionally, and because like oftentimes they're not really trained how to handle these kinds of classrooms, like really dedicated, talented teachers just sort of burn out. And I've seen a number like I'm just gonna go sell insurance. I'm just gonna go work in a call center. I don't care.
Well, it was really nice because I have like a mentor teacher there, and she mentors like 3 or 4 of us for like a PLC. And she was like, usually we can tell within 3 or 4 weeks if a teacher is going to work out at the school. And I was like, all right, that actually makes me feel really nice.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's a little rough, but
retarded.
it's something that I'm kind of getting used to. The student teaching place that I was placed at was very helpful for me to kind of understand like what kind of groups of students that I'm going to come in contact with. It also helps that I was a poor, broke kid myself, so I kind of know where they're coming from at least, you know?
Well, that's a good point though too, because the washouts that I noticed, they were always those like wide-eyed, idealistic, well-meaning types, you know. Like they went to a great school and their family loves them and their childhood home is still there and all this shit, and then they actually see what like poverty looks like for the first time. And they're the kind of people who think that if they just say children, then they'll settle a class down rather than like making a slight spectacle.
Children.
Children.
You have to call them children.
Children.
Then they're really confused and they're like, what did you just say? Did you just say children? Like, children? Sit down now, children. They're like, what? Is she saying children? What the fuck? And then they get really confused and they stare at you and they want you to explain. And then you just start teaching them and they're like, oh, so that's like how you do long division. Cool.
Like that. That's a good idea.
You have to confuse the child to make them receptive to what you're trying to teach them. You gotta really fuck with them. Like they don't know what the fuck you're actually saying. Like for instance, my friend's kid Calvin just would not shut the fuck up. And he's like, I want to order another soft drink, and she won't come in and let me order a soft drink, and I want this and I want that, and this is like at my birthday, and I'm getting really fucking frustrated. I'm getting really pissed off at this fucking kid, and I'm like, you know what, Calvin? Every time I need to get somebody's attention and I need to assert my dominance over them, I tackle them and then I immediately release urine. And he's like, what? I'm like, yes, no, I release my urine as quickly as possible. Sometimes I don't even have to tackle them. If you're an expert at this, you could just release urine and everybody will start paying attention to you and do what you want them to do. Really? Yeah, it absolutely will. That doesn't seem right. No, it's not right. Now shut the fuck up and wait until she gets here. Oh, okay. You have to confuse the child to teach the child.
You confuse them to get their attention, and then when you have it, you just crush them a little bit.
The fuck was I just talking about?
Yeah, well, no, I was just thinking it's like that could be a great teachable moment. Like Calvin, when I tackle them and urinate on them, I'm just being a mammal. Do you know what a mammal is, Calvin? We are mammals, but so is your dog and your cat and your ferret. And what's your ferret do? That's right, it pisses on everything, doesn't it?
It releases the urine.
It releases the urine. The chi. Do you know where chi is stored, Calvin? Do you know?
It's stored in the balls.
Calvin, I need to explain this quick because they've called the police. They'll be here soon, but I need you to get this.
I was just told to bribe kids with candy. I was just told that I was going to have to buy massive amounts of Starburst and Skittles, and then things were going to work out a little bit more than if I called kids' parents. I thought that if I called kids' parents, that would be the solution to my problem. And then I realized, oh, wow, a lot of them really just don't give a shit about their kids.
Yeah.
But the kids love candy. So, you go.
The next time you have a class that's just being really noisy and they just won't shut the fuck up so you can, like, start teaching them something, just, like, stand there for a second. Don't say anything. Don't really move. Just kind of let your eyes glaze over and then scream out, "Who you calling a psycho?" And when they all shut up and look at you, be like, all right, today we're going to be talking about William Shakespeare.
I was personally thinking, though, like, if you get the low-dose Vicodins, usually they have, like, kind of pointy edges. You could totally force those into gummy bears. Just leave a bowl out on the desk, says students welcome, and then, like, the rest of the faculty would be like, I don't know, but for some reason, every time they leave your class, they're so well-behaved. I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that would be good for the kid that is stealing my shit that I just want to throttle on a daily basis.
Nah, I feel that.
You know what you need to do is you need to just order a bunch of like bondage weapons, just like like cat and nine tails, nice bullwhip, some other shit. Put that in your desk and then just wait for the parent-teacher conference.
I was gonna say just trip that little shit until she learns.
just beat them. Listen, if anybody gives you any guff about it, you just say, listen, I passed my praxis in Utah. They do things differently there.
Technically, if you beat them with a flip-flop, it has to be a flip-flop. It has to go between the big toe and the rest of the toes with 2 straps.
Chancla?
If you beat them with the chancla, then it is 100% legal.
Did you beat my child with a shoe? No. This was social studies. I was teaching them about the chancla.
That's right.
It's a Chicano cultural heritage.
That's right.
Technically, in the state that I live in, it is legal to capital punishment is definitely not what I'm trying to say. Like physical punishment is the thing that's allowed. Like you can spank a kid with a belt.
Wow.
But our school doesn't do that, neither does the corporation, so that's not like an option for me, which is fine. That would be weird for me to do anyway.
I was momentarily going to ask you if they would allow you to shoot them with airsoft guns, but then can you imagine that though? You just got a nice like spring gun with those green BBs in it, and it's like anytime a child's misbehaving, you try and hit them. But because they're not super accurate, it turns into collective punishment while you try. It's like, sorry, Sally. Hang on. No, just move. There you go. You'll be safe there. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Maybe you should just move to the other side of the class. I'm trying to get Rodrigo there.
Yeah. That reminds me, on Thursday we had an Alice drill, which is like an active shooter drill.
Oh, yeah.
And I was stuck with the first graders. Do you know how well first graders can barricade a door?
Probably not too
at
well.
all.
Wow.
So my arms were really sore after I was like, we're going to pretend like this is a real thing and we're going to throw tables and chairs.
Yeah. Well, that just goes to show that I'm not making this joke. Fuck no. I'm
I
good.
was just thinking.
Absolutely not.
Thinking if you stack 30 unconscious first graders up against the door, it would still be pretty. So that's again, I think we're getting back to the virtue of putting pills into gummy bears, because first graders love gummy bears. And they also it's like you can even be like, hey guys, we're going to play Sleepy Time King of the Mountain now that there's an active shooter here. Everybody eat your gummy bears. All right, chew them up really good. Okay, cool. Everybody go and take a nap by the door. If you wake up on top or beneath somebody else, don't worry. It's just safe.
Hey, ByrdHeard, anything you want to show, promote, put out there into the world?
This is, I think, what I said the last time. Go watch Poisoning the Well. Love those guys. I finally got around to watching the 100th episode, and it was worth it.
Oh,
yeah, that was fun.
That's adorable. They've done 100 whole episodes.
No, our episode 100.
Oh, that's still adorable.
Because you forgot.
As far as I'm listening, Jeff, I'm focused on episode 83 here, okay? Is it 83? Yeah, 83.
84.
84. Episode 84, just like I've been saying this whole time. I'm still focusing on getting better than episode 83.
What happened on episode 84?
Well, we're technically on episode 84 of MidWeek, but like episode 105 of...
Yeah, I have a bicameral mind, okay? So when a joke comes to me, I think it's from the gods.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Poison the Well is up to 14,700 subscribers. Good for them.
Awesome. Oh, also, Nick, they did 2 videos involving Trisha Paytas, so that would, if you want to know about her, would be a good place to learn.
When it was mentioned after the fact, I kind of remembered that was one of my sipping coffee early morning / mid-afternoon videos, where I'm waking myself up just watching my friends' videos and saying, why do you do this to yourself?
All right. So
have a nice night.
Take care, Bird.
Good night, Bird.
Yeah.
Look at that. We got an advocate for public education on here. It's like we had Elizabeth Warren as a guest tonight. It's great.
It's nice, yeah. Yami No Tenshi says, for the record, unlike most Jewish princesses, I don't need money. I just need a good time. Wow. Racist. Also says, my older brother, John, was actually held back in kindergarten, kicked his teacher, called her a bitch simply because she wouldn't help him with his snow pants. I accidentally called my 5th grade teacher dad. It was awkward. That's actually really awkward.
Bet you wish you called him a bitch, huh?
That's super awkward. Ward says, my math teacher was awesome. When it came to tricks, she taught me Sokatoa. Sex on hard concrete always hurts the orgasmic areas. Oh, weird. Oh. It says, religious question, can Catholics take communion and be vegan? Think about it. Because take communion and spurt.
Oh no, that's true. But also, it's a funny thing because I've known vegans who like had to be super careful about the beer that they drank because in their minds, the bacteria constituted a living organism.
Sure. Larry Kubiak with $50 says, you thought you'd get away from no bullshit from me today. Well, think again. I present to you another beautiful specimen from Germania. Much love, motherfuckers. Much love to you, dude. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure I've got some hits of acid hiding in my apartment somewhere. I'm not prepared.
No.
I'm just gonna down this whole bag of Molly I found that I saved from the vacuum cleaner at this point.
I got a little bit of an old joint here.
There you go.
It's not gonna work. It's all CBD.
Like a non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, I know it
is. By the way, everyone make sure to catch.
I just realized
Griffin.
That's extremely loud.
Make sure to catch To the Ranting Griffin when he's out on tour. It's gonna be great.
He's been doing some spicy takes on Twitter that have been pissing people off. Holy shit. Yeah. This is like Richard Cheese meets
This is Emo Phillips meets Tim Minchin.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
This is what?
This is what Zach De La Rocha had in mind when he wrote this song.
Oh yeah. He's just getting frustrated with everybody else being like, man, this is just not what I'm envisioning. I'm not envisioning this angry music. I want some organ music, okay?
Yeah, it's like give me some lounge tunes, man. I want to feel like I'm getting over losing 10 grand in Vegas while I hovel myself up in North Vegas.
Mm-hmm. I keep hearing Jews
and yeah, it's chosen one. And is he saying chosen one?
Jews in one, like, and he's German, so I'm like, you know.
By those who died for wearing the badge, they are the choosing one.
See, and he's bald and like, and he keeps gesturing oddly.
You justify Those who die for wearing the badge, they are the choosing whites. Come on!
See, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that crowd wasn't filmed in the same venue. I mean, if this is what Germans are into today, then I don't know. Maybe postmodernism is really taking over in Germany, if you know what I mean. Bullshit.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. This is absolute bullshit. Yeah, I'm glad to see that. Glad to see he's branching out. You know,
Fuck
it's like
you
Jared
all.
Leto.
Fuck you.
Oh my God, from the chat. Ohio, Mark.
You're going to hell.
I didn't say it. Fucking Larry did it. Not
Both,
my
yeah.
fault.
I hate to cite him, but I think it might have been Jim Jeffries who was like, back before he turned into, Soy Boy Supreme. I think it was him who pointed out the fact, like, the reason that, like, the Brits and the Aussies love to use the word cunt so much is because American derogatory slang doesn't work. Like, motherfucker. Huh? What? Oh, cunt. Oh, yeah, cunt. Yeah, all right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That will haunt my dreams now.
Yeah, Yami No Tenshi says, Jew princess to Jew, bald guy saying Jew and Germany. We have taken a strange turn tonight.
Hello. Wait, when has this show been not strange?
Straight to the moon.
Exactly. Stick and move.
Well, that's been it. That's been a show. I think everything else is covered. Oh, wait, nope. Just one more thing.
If you guys want to throw money at us to make the show go longer, you go right ahead and do that.
I have a fucking pulled pork sandwich next to me. If we end, I'm happy because I'm eating. Washington is said to become the first state to allow human composting. People in Washington state may soon have a new option to choose from when planning their burial wishes. Seattle Times reports a bill that would legalize human composting has passed the state's Senate and House of Representatives and is now waiting on final approval from the governor. Human composting was what it sounds like. Instead of being cremated or pumped with embalming chemicals and buried in a casket, people can elect to have their corpses placed directly in the earth where microbes break them down naturally and convert them into soil.
Honestly, no shit, no bullshit, no joke. When I die, I just want my naked ass body. Like, I don't need any more chemicals. I put enough of them in this thing myself. Just put me and my chemicals in the ground and let me just get eaten by shit and turn into other shit. That way you can go pick flowers and pretend like I'm still with you.
I don't think anybody else could hear that, but like through the door right there, Mems is in the kitchen and she just said, "Compost me, Daddy."
Ooh, no.
Look, I'm. The thing is, when you're dead, you're dead, and if the funeral is for the living, it's not for the dead. Me, I don't want a funeral. I want a wake, and then you can toss me in a ditch. Actually, no. Harvest my organs, harvest everything you possibly can from my body, and what's left, throw in a fucking ditch. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
I kind of genuinely, like, when I thought about it, right? So have you ever come across this, like, horrifying thought, like, what happens if when you die, you are actually still fully conscious in your dead body and can't do anything?
Mm-hmm.
Right? How awful would that be? And then you get into cremation, and it's like, wow, that sucked. But I don't know. I've always kind of just like I look at like graveyards, and I'm like, what a monumental waste of great landscape.
Yeah. It is a waste of space.
And all of these bodies who could be contributing whatever they ingested over the course of their lives back into the fucking biosphere, right? And these bodies, they, you know, like you could just go to a place where you know that your person was buried and they're probably gone now. Maybe a skeleton, maybe no spooky skeleton. But all the same, it's like, yeah, just put the body in the ground and let it rot. Like, you know, the only more natural thing to that would be dragging it out into the woods and letting it rot. And I would be perfectly fine with that. I would love the idea of crows and carrion birds picking my corpse dry. And then people could find my spooky ass skeleton while they're out for their, like, you know, nature walk. And they could be like, that's natural. But no. Oh, I got to be put in a fucking $5,000 oak box so that my relatives can cry about it and go broke.
All I know is this is what I wanted to do if I ever had a terminal illness. What I wanted to do was very simple.
I'm kind of retarded.
I wanted to get myself a Santa suit. Try and last until about Christmas time, right before Christmas time. I wanted to get myself a Santa suit, and then I wanted to break into the nearby Pound or Humane Society or wherever it is that I could procure a barrel full of dead puppies. I then wanted to pack my Santa suit full of dead puppies and then go up into a plane to go skydiving, and then skydive through the skylight of a very popular mall during Christmas rush season, screaming, ho, 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 all the way until I hit, and then I explode in a torrent of Santa guts, gore, and dead puppies. That's how I wanted to go.
Well, oh, yeah. I mean, I'll say my thinking with the whole natural burial, just dumping a decomposing naked body into a hole in the ground. The other nice thing about it, though, consider a funeral, right? You've all been to them. And when you lower your loved one into the ground, it's hard. You don't want to bury them. You don't want them to be gone. But if they stink like a decaying corpse, you cannot wait to bury that shit and be happy that it's over. And that's because I love my people.
Dude, 1998 Hot Topic edgy kid shit. You called me on it, Addy. That is. It wasn't 98 when I came up with that. It was 2000.
Yeah.
I'm legit 100%. That is when I came up with that. I was like, that is the coolest idea I've ever heard of. Oh yeah, cool. Now I don't care. But that's what I wanted to do when I was a teenager.
I just love that I have friends that like I can trust enough to where if I say
this, Addy, we're like this. We totally understand each other. It's so funny.
Well, if I told them, like, after I die, I want you to steal my corpse in the mortuary, and I want it to be unknown as to how it happened, then I want to be crucified out in the woods along a nice big tree, and then that can become the story. All of a sudden, my death means something to a lot more people than it did the 5 or 6 people who will miss me. See?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, how did this corpse end up here? Why was this corpse here? Why did it smell like fluoride?
Yami says, so someone can become a fucking ficus and be grounded down to be turned into a Bible or someone's erotic novel. You decide. I refer to be rolled up Star Tribune and be smacking anti-vaxxers left and right. That'd be cool.
I just want to be reprinted as a porn parody of Harry Potter.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's like which page is my dick? You'll never know.
Oh my God. Larry Kubiak says,
just make sure to lick your thumb before you touch it.
A quickie one before you go then. Portuguese again, so don't forget to turn on the closed captioning. Let's do it. And then we're saying goodnight.
I'll be honest with you.
Oi, amigo, tudo bem? Você tem
preservativo, Cleide! Onde é que tá? Achei. Preservativo, amigo. Vai precisar de mais alguma coisa?
Condom! You needed condom? Here's condom!
Só que você fala pouco mais baixo. Pílula do dia seguinte.
Não, o senhor vai usar o preservativo, não precisa da pílula do dia seguinte, não.
Porque já não é pra amanhã.
O senhor não usou o preservativo.
Uma vez eu não...
Ah, não vai levar o preservativo?
Não vou levar o preservativo, só vou levar só.
O senhor tá com vergonha de falar de método contraceptivo, senhor?
Obrigado, eu vou embora.
Isso é uma lista?
Não é uma... Ó, é íntimo, é
Viagra!
Não é Viagra.
Viagra!
Viagra
This is a great sketch.
This is pretty great.
É pra brochada, né?
Meu tio que pegou.
Vodol!
Vodol é pra friela. A coisa mais normal do mundo é friela.
Não, mas é o vodol pra bunda.
Não é pra bunda.
É o vodol pra mofo de bunda. Tá especificado aqui. Chuca!
Chuca!
Aplicador de chuca! Pra candidíase. Você tá com pereba na piroca?
Não tem
Ô,
pereba.
It's on your dick?
Candidiosis? Is that Candida? Oh my god.
It's Candida of the dick. It's Dick Dita.
Coisa pra pereba no pau, tem outra coisa? Tem outra aí pra pereba na piroca?
Fala baixo, pô. Protetor solar. Eu não vou ter.
Praia pra amanhã.
Foi?
Foi.
Eu vou, hein?
Já vi aqui, ó lá, ó. 37, é praia.
É praia, mas eu vou na mais deserta mesmo.
Tu vai na deserta?
É, vambora.
Lá é bom pra dar uma relaxada, tá precisando.
Com certeza, tô cansadão.
Deixa eu te
Quero
falar.
ficar mais quieto, sabe?
A fofoca que tá rolando é que tu deu um beijo na Jaqueline lá atrás, hein?
It's like, I swear to Christ, it just makes me think, it's like, oh, Brazilian Auntie Donna. I love it.
All right. Yami says apparently you can put the ashes of a dead loved one into a dildo. That's hot. That's cool as fuck. All right, that's it. That's it for the show. We'll see you guys on Friday. And then, of course, we'll see you back here next week for the midweek. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Please don't turn me into a dildo after I've died.